The forsythia is blooming in my garden right now. Forsythia is a genus of shrubs in the olive family, or the family Oleaceae, that are originally from East Asia, although they are widely used in gardening in the United States. There are approximately 12 species, but an incredibly large amount of hybrids and varieties exist. However, they do all have very similar flowers, and they all have relatively similar uses in herbalism. There is only one naturally occurring species of Forsythia that is native to Europe, which is Forsythia europaea. The scientific name of the one growing in my garden is Forsythia x intermedia. Forsythia x intermedia is a hybrid cross between two of the naturally occurring species of Forsythia, Forsythia viridissima, which is also called Easter tree or greenstem Forsythia in the common name, and Forsythia suspensa, which is also called weeping Forsythia, and is the one that has the most available information as to its uses in herbal medicine. Forsythia x intermedia is the most common species of Forsythia in both British and American gardens. It also has numerous garden cultivars that vary its appearance slightly, although all of them are still considered Forsythia x intermedia. The common names for this variety are Forsythia, golden bells, border Forsythia, and weeping bells. Identification of Forsythia. Petal width and other features can vary a lot from one form to the other. Forsythia x intermedia is a deciduous shrub that is 2.5 meters or 8 feet by 2.5 meters or 8 feet wide and tall that grows at a very fast rate. It is hardy to zone 5. It is in flower from February to April in most zones. The flowers are actually hermaphroditic in that they contain both sex organs needed for reproduction, and they are pollinated by insects. The leaves only appear after the flowers. They grow opposite from one another, and they are usually green, simple, ovate, and toothed. There are varieties, however, that have lobed or trifoliate leaves, and some that have golden or variegated colors in their leaves. All of the varieties of Forsythia have yellow, tubular flowers with 4 petals that only join at the base. The flowers appear on the branches before the leaves. They come in some amount of varying shades of yellow, but they are usually what a person would consider yellow or golden. They are very bright, and they are large in number. The flowers are the key identifying feature of the genus. The bark is grayish-brown and rough in texture. There are a few look-alike plants, but really only from a distance. These are wintersweet, witch hazel, or other related winter jasmines. Once you get close enough to examine the flowers and look at the petals, the confusion really doesn't persist. You can find Forsythia and Forsythia x intermedia in particular in gardens, parks, woodland gardens. Generally, you'll find it in dappled shade. It is suitable for light, sandy, medium, loamy, and heavy clay soils, although it does prefer well-drained soil. It is suitable for acid, neutral, and basic soils, although it prefers very alkaline soils when that is possible. Edible uses of Forsythia. The flowers are collected to eat raw, or they can be turned into hot water infusions, syrups, and flower jams or jellies. The young leaves are cooked. The unripe seeds and fruit are ground together for medicine. The fruit can also be harvested when fully ripe, and then it is dried for use in medicinal decoctions. Fruits and seeds all contain filyrin, so their dosage should be kept to a more careful amount than the flowers. The leaves also contain rutin. Medicinal uses. Forsythia suspensa has been used in Chinese herbalism for over 4,000 years, and it is considered to be one of the 50 fundamental herbs in Chinese traditional medicine. Many of the medicinal actions of Forsythia are based on the anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties of the lignans and phenylethanoid glycosides that the plant contains. The glycosid filyrin, which is produced by fungi that live inside the plant, can do seriously amazing things that I didn't actually believe the plant was capable of until I read several scientific studies that actually backed up the claims that I was seeing. Amongst them, it can improve insulin resistance. It is also extremely effective against viruses, including novel coronaviruses and influenza. The glycoside rutin can help strengthen and increase the flexibility of blood vessels, such as arteries and capillaries. Strengthened blood vessels can improve overall health and ease related conditions, including bruises, spider veins, and varicose veins. The flowers have a broad spectrum antibacterial action, inhibiting the growth of some serious bacteria, including Staphylococcus aureus and Shigella dysenteria, amongst others. The leaves are febrifuge and are also poulticed for use on ulcerated glands and hemorrhoids. A decoction of the leaves, twigs, and root is used in the treatment of colds, fevers, viruses. Really, the medicinal uses for this plant are enormous, and I encourage that our patrons read through all the sources that I will be linking in the document that our patrons will be receiving that goes into all of this in more depth. The fruit is also antidote, antiphlogistic, antitussive, diuretic, an emmenagogue, a febrifuge, a laxative, and a tonic. It also contains vitamin P, which is also used to strengthen capillaries along with rutin. It is used internally in the treatment of acute infectious diseases, as well as for tonsillitis and for urinary tract infections. I do want to clarify that more research is needed, including in vivo experiments and clinical studies, in order to further clarify the relation between the traditional uses and the modern applications. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe, and maybe leave a comment about other plants that will be blooming soon that you want me to talk about.